give it a chance. Just be noise. If it's too noisy, I'll just end the video and do a cut later. I probably should just wait until 5, but I don't know. See how it goes. Okay, so tomorrow it'll be another comic haul, surprise comic haul. But then well, it was after, it was way after. It's actually last minute, last night. And then well, today is reading recommendations. I don't know why I didn't just take the thing over like I normally do. Because I was thinking one step behind myself. Because behind Dad's the opposite. Okay, so reading recommendations, but we're gonna start with the 2 that I didn't like. First one was this Am Alfredo Jones one. Even if I had looked it up on Goodreads, I still would have gotten it. The only reason why I got it, like the crown achievement, whatever the hell, me getting it was Jean Louis Yang. It said it was good. I just feel like, and I could be the minority. Well, no pun intended there. I could be the minority in this, but I didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. I thought like the way the character talked was annoying. The character was annoying, and it's a main character. I just thought it was stupid. And you look at the cover, and like it's definitely feels like it's gonna be one of those books. And I have only got like 3 pages in. It was 3 chapters. They have chapters per every page. It was weird. Maybe 2 pages for one, but basically every page. I just didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. So yeah, sorry, I didn't get to this point yet. But it's probably one of those books. I don't know why I got it. And this next one I was excited for, and I'm so glad because I kept seeing it at Newberry. And I was like, maybe I'll get it, And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I found it and I solicited it because I would have been really pissed off, especially if I waited too long to read it. And that's my favorite thing is monsters. This is just a weird book. The artwork was atrocious. It's like this weird, like this. I mean, it's pretty good. It's good, but it's like atrocious. Like I wouldn't say it's atrocious. I don't know why I said that, but it's like ugly, and going for like that kind of like. I think the reason I don't like it is because they're going for a Mad Magazine thing. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the Emil Ferris wrote for Mad Magazine. Not a huge fan of Mad Magazine. I find it to be like stupid, like actually stupid. And I know that's the point, but like the artwork is kind of weird. And it's like I don't know. It's just like for the most part I get it. Like I'm more like a Robot Chicken guy than a Mad Magazine guy. So they had a Robot Chicken magazine. I probably picked that up sooner. But that's that. And those are the only 2 that I didn't like. I think. Yeah, for the most part. Alright, let's do this one first. This one I was super surprised with. And that's Hellblazer Volume 2, The Devil You Know. So much better than the first one. Because every single issue was good. The annual was a little weird. The only one I didn't like, I just like, just because if I had to pick one I didn't like. I liked them all, but I had to pick one I didn't like. I would say the annual. The annual, like, it deviated from Hell. It was telling like his past, his one of his ancestors, like King Arthur times, and it was so weird. Like it was like the point of this was, and it was so damn long. And I picked the really worst. I picked the absolute worst time to read it because it was like I think it was over 60 pages, and it was like right before I was going to bed, and halfway through it I was like, a million times sorry for that. A million times through it I was like, I'm gonna go to bed, I'm gonna leave it for tomorrow. But I stuck through it, I finished it, and I was like, okay, I'm glad I finished it. It was good. The ones that were the best, absolute best, were the 2 horrorist issues. Those were like top notch. Like those, I'm surprised were not written by a different author. I don't think it was. Yeah, it's saying writers. The only writer is Jamie Delano. But that was the best. Like that was like, it didn't do any of this. It took away every complaint I had with Hellblazer was completely taken away from horror in a horrorist one. Like it fixed all the issues I had with it. It's a better way of saying it. So yeah, definitely, I do definitely recommend this series now. I mean, I recommended it before, but like the first few issues of that Hellblazer, that first one, or a little bit slow, and it got better as it went along. Like even my 50th time reading it, because again, the first 49 times I gave up at the first issue. I don't know why, because after the 50th time I was like, wow, it's much better than I thought it was. So I definitely will continue with this. And I already solicited Volume 3. In fact, for all of these that I have a Volume 3, at least that are available, I solicited. Or Volume 2, you know what I mean. The next volume. So yeah, this was definitely good. And the horrorist one, the best part about that book is that they kept the narration to a minimum. And the narration in this is always, like, it takes way too long. It's like, I can see what you're talking about, because this is a fucking comic book, and they have fucking pictures in the fucking panels. I hate when comics do that. Like, it's so annoying. Like, I know what's going on. You don't need to, like, stick your head up your ass and be like, oh, I'm a college professor. I think that's the way. I think it's a phrase. Stick up your head up your ass. I think I'm using that right. But, like, they talk like a college professor. It's like, they use those lingo. It's like, lingo. And, like, I get it. It's a comic, but it's not your average comic book. But they did even the non-horrorist, I keep saying horrorist issues, they kept it to a minimum, and when they did, it was for a point. And when they did do the college professor speak, whatever the hell, like, it's the way I explain it, but and hope it's not too confusing for you. It fit, like, it fit the narrative. It wasn't too annoying. So yeah, it was definitely probably my top book that I got, and I'm definitely back on the Vertigo train of liking Vertigo, because what was the one I read I didn't like? There was one Vertigo book that I was like, ugh. I don't know. Maybe it was just me getting sick of Transmetro, which is why I'm glad I took a break, because I'm really excited to read Transmetro again, to get back on that. Again, sorry for the noise. It was worse before. The next one I just finished was Superman Secret Origin. And the first and last issues were the longest, at over 40 pages. And it felt like it was 30 pages. It felt a little bit longer than your normal 23-page book, but it felt like it was like 34 pages each issue. There was like a lot of splash pages. The narration was kept to an absolute minimum. No real narration in it. And it was, again, Jeff Johns needs to go back in time, I guess, and teach these people how to use narration. It's more back in the day. Like, Hellblazer is an older comic, so I'm not gonna fault Jimmy Delano for that, and especially back in the Silver Age. Like, they didn't know what the hell they were doing back in the Silver Age. They were just realizing what the hell they were gonna do, especially Stan Lee, because for the longest time, when Stan Lee was at Marvel, he didn't just go right on to Spider-Man and make, like, the greatest Spider-Man stories. No, he took a while for him to do that. So even the best, took some had to do shit. But this one I really liked. This is a secret. It's called Secret Origin because it is an origin story. So you could pick this up as your first book, and I do recommend that you do that. Highly, highly recommend. This is one of the best Supermans I've ever written. I wish I've ever read, and Jeff Johns is a damn good writer, and I will keep picking up. I will definitely. Jeff Johns cemented my love for Jeff Johns' work. What was the other one I read? There was no one I read that. It was another Superman one, which is kind of funny. And it was much better than his, which is saying a lot, his last time Superman. Even better than the Brainiac one. Okay, next one up was all new, all different Avengers. Literally the only two issues I have with this book is that the character of Ms. Marvel, actually, in general, the character of Ms. Marvel, she started out in the first volume, like, they wrote her really damn good. Again, sorry for the noise. She started out, like, I actually liked her better in this book than I did in the original. But then, like, this one, like, when she's talking to Nova, I guess, like, oh, that's right too. She got into a falling out with Nova. But his father is missing, and she's still snarky with him. I'm like, are you serious? His father is probably dead, and you're acting like a complete tool with him. Like a complete bitch. Like, wow. And then she has this line, like, where she goes, Bazinga? And I'm like, I get it, you're a nerd. Like, Big Bang, and it's so ironic that she references Big Bang Theory. And Big Bang Theory is is another example of, we get it, you guys are nerds. Like, one of those shows. Like, almost panders to nerds. Ironically, I like the young Sheldon a lot better, and I think because they keep that they keep everything that I hate about Big Bang Theory at the very least to a minimum, and the very most is completely non-existent. There's no laugh track, no. Most of the jokes are pretty funny, not like laugh out loud funny, but like the chuckle funny. But yeah, this one was really good. This is way better than Champions. In fact, when I do my complete, I'll probably no, I won't. If I were ever to rate if I did back issues, perfect. There we go. If I did back issues on Avengers, the complete collection, because that's what I would do. Actually, outside my nose, not inside. I would call it Avengers Complete Collection and the little dash, and I would do better than Champions, way better than the Champions issue of the Champions series, but also written by Mark Waid. Then this one that was probably the lesser of all these, Ex Machina Tag. I liked it a lot better than the first one, but it's still way too politics heavy. I understand he's the mayor, and you want to include bipartisans, and I'm just throwing these words in. But they're just it's like words that I don't understand. I don't understand too much about, or I don't care about. I am not. It's almost like reading the what's that? They actually did do a graphic novel version of it. But it was that recent political book, but it's like reading a politics book in comic book form. And what's so ironic is that Brian K. Vaughan also wrote Why the Last Man, and for the first few issues, it was because they went back. The B plot was with the mother of Yorick, and they would do Yorick, and they would talk a lot about presidency because she is the president or something. I don't know if it's the United States. I'd have to go back to that and double check. But they deviated from that. This book doesn't. Again, sorry for the noise. Halfway through it, and he decides to be a little annoying little motherfucker. Alright, all new X-Men, just as good as all new Avengers. It's ironic they call it both all new books. You couldn't read it as your first book. The series, obviously you can't pick up Volume 2. Really weird that this is the only, I think it's maybe the only one with the hardcover. It's kind of weird that Volume 1 wasn't the hardcover and Volume 2 was. I almost wonder if it was from a different library. I wonder how they picked that, because some books are from multiple libraries. In fact, one, the New Avengers one, the Volume 1, they had in my local library. Yeah, not much to say about that all-new X-Men one. It's good. It's Brian Michael Bendis actually writing a good book for once. Well, not for once. He was good back in the day. But no, current Brian Michael Bendis. Because this is somewhat current. This is 2012, actually, so no, never mind. I thought that was 2017 for whatever reason. So he was still good around then, so never mind. I completely retract that statement. And this was when Brian Michael Bendis was good. Still. Green Lantern Emerald Dawn. One of the best Green Lanterns I've read, but also one of the only Green Lanterns I've ever read. But I think this will definitely continue. If I did a top 10 Green Lantern stories, when I actually read 10 of them or 7 of them at this point, this would definitely be on that list. Wherever it be, that's for time to tell. But this definitely was good, and I'm so glad I got all those Jeff Johns Green Lanterns, because you take the his amazing Superman book, there's 2 of them that I read, and then mix it in with Green Lantern, which is also good, and I think it's going to be damn good. And this is also Hal Jordan. He focuses on Hal Jordan. And I'm surprised, I'm surprised that, sorry, I'm focusing on that spitting thing. I hate when that shit happens. But he focuses on Hal Jordan, and Hal Jordan is the character that not a lot of people like. And I was surprised that they, this was around the time, where they're allowed to, swear a little bit more. I mean, it's, PG language, damn Hal, they don't go any more than that, but I'm always surprised when, Edie's books do that, because I don't think any of the Fantastic Four is going to do that, and that was around that time. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Aquaman, just as good as the second and first one. Well, maybe a little bit less, but around the same time, around the same. This is the other Jeff Johns I was reading. Around the same. There's just a few more confusing bits that I was and I feel like I just probably missed something. Skipped not actually skipped a page, but skipped a page or something like that. I don't know, but it was good. I do like this run. I think I have one more of his run, and then it's someone else. And then finally, Annihilation. So I'm just going to review those 3 miniseries in one prologue. Drax the Destroyer was the best one. Annihilation prologue was pretty damn good and was one of those 40-plus page books that didn't feel like 40-plus pages. And the Annihilation Nova was alright. I guess I'm not a huge fan of Dan Abnett and Indy Landing's work, because they also did Guardians of the Galaxy, which I got sick of. And that's why I'm reading Annihilation, so I can get the story that takes place before that Guardians run. And they do have book 2. I don't know about book 3, but that's it. I'm going to end this before it gets too loud. Alright, bye.